Okay, let's get started here real quick. So the first thing I want to bring up is the fact that you're going to get uh, one, two, three, four, five sets of keys to this car. You're going to get the original cut Nissan 300ZX keys. You're going to get two keyless entry remotes with remote trunk pop. And then you're also going to get, more specifically, you're going to get two regular keys, plus you're going to get the one red valet key. Moving on, we're going to go to what I affectionately call the 300ZX Bible. So this is a lot of the documentation and manuals and receipts and things that I've printed out over the years. A lot of this stuff I'm really glad that I printed out because a lot of these websites are gone and you can no longer get this information anymore. But this right here was something that was tracking, production numbers, the exact date and month of when this particular car was manufactured in Japan, instructions on how to read the VIN number, a master sheet that I made for torque specifications, a lot of wiring harness diagrams, tutorial guides. There's a lot in here to take in. But there's a lot of good stuff in here. The instructions for the intercooler kit. And then as we get towards the back, the big thing that you'll see when you get to the back is we've got receipts. So a lot of the parts that were installed during the early days, still came with physical receipts, certificate of authenticity for the exhaust system, certificate of authenticity for the Nismo parts, receipts for the powder coating. There's a lot. A lot of the parts for the tire replacement, the paintless dent removal service, the receipts for the tires when they were purchased and mounted. What else is on here? I don't remember what that one was. Let's see. The last time the vehicle had a full alignment, and then various parts and receipts. So what I've noticed is while going back through my records, at some point, most of the purchases became digital online purchases. And once that happened, I am able to pull up those receipts online. So a lot of the big major purchases after about 2010, including, the turbo rebuild, the timing belt, a lot of that stuff, I've got some PDF files for that, and I just don't have them physically printed out. So moving on to this next folder here. So this folder has got all of the paperwork for annual inspections, emissions inspections. This is basically a track record of all the times the car has been inspected and passed. Everything about the car was on the up and up from as we get along. So anyway, so inside this is going to be all of the paperwork and the bill of sale from the original purchase of the car. There is actually one thing in here that I really, really like, and I want to make sure I capture this on video. So inside the paperwork here for the car. So I purchased this car originally in Virginia, and I found this note a couple of days after I bought the car, and I absolutely loved this. So that I kept this. I've kept this since 2003. Anyways, that was one of my favorite pieces that I've saved. So let's go ahead and move on. So up next, we've got a couple of the, magazines that this car was featured in. So let's go ahead. This was the first time I think my car had ever been featured in a magazine before. Let's Let's see if I can find it real quick. Where is that article? There it is. So this is the first time that my car was featured in a magazine. I was really proud of this. Some friends asked me to go ahead and submit my car, and I actually made it into the magazine. So you'll get a copy of the magazine. The Nissan Sport issue right here. I believe my car is right there. So you'll get a copy of that too. This is a legendary magazine right here. I'm going to include that because it was just a piece of history. And then this last one here is a Grassroots Motorsports with most affordable sports cars. So these were all some of my inspiration. I wanted to make sure I kept those. Over here, we've got the consult cable and the Nistune documentation. So the big thing here is, since this car features Nistune, I made sure to print out an entire user manual for how to program the ECU, and I did my own tuning. At one point in time, I had a wideband O2 sensor on the car. Anyways, I'm just going to include this whole book just because I think it would be great for the next owner to have. This consult cable is worth its weight. It's an invaluable connector. It was like a pre-OBD2 type connector that only worked on some early 90s Nissans. I'm going to include this cable with the kit because this is the only way to actually program the ECU. And then the last thing I've got here are some original factory service manuals. So I'm going to include the one for 1993, 1994, and 1995. So these were all given to me by a good friend that worked at a Nissan dealership. And when they decided to go to an all-digital system, he didn't have any need for the old service manuals. So I will include all of these with the car. I think it's pretty much mandatory that any 300ZX owner has these service manuals, or they need to be able to take the car to some shop that will support their car. Anyways, that's about it for the documentation. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.